What kind of fool am I?
Sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble with these hangers on my bloody hangers on. I just wanted to do like a brief rap about Skills Development Centre, which is where I'm meant to be going. Already I was thinking, mate, it's starting to rain outside, and I would say that apart from sort of, child poverty and that kind of thing, there's nothing more depressing than cycling through the rain to the Skills Development Centre to work on a CV that, you might as well be sort of mining for gold in cheese, or stabbing yourself in the hand with a fork or something. It's just, I've worked 5.5 weeks in 8 years. My what have I done in my life? I've been a cleaner. I've worked at Donkey Sanctuary. I've worked at Robert Dias the Ironmonger's. I'm a fool. But anyway, I have to go to the Skills Development Centre. They first told me about this down the dole, and they were like, right, I'm afraid you're going to have to, I'm afraid you're yes, well, either we take you out into a room and shoot you, or you're going to go to the Skills Development Centre. So I'm like, kind of, what is it mandatory? And they're like, yeah. This woman's very vague about it. I'm not sure if I've done this conversation before, actually. I think I've got a memory of kind of actually talking about this, or maybe that this is just the sort of the conversation that I have with myself the whole time. But anyway, she was very vague, and yet she sort of told me to go to this Skills Development Centre thing, and what did I do? I didn't go. No, I went down there, and the basic thing that the woman said to me at the dole was like, just go down there, have an interview, see what you think, but you're going to have to do it, kind of thing. So, but she couldn't tell me how long, she couldn't tell me what I'd have to achieve, she couldn't tell me what sort of the end game was, what would happen if I didn't do this, that, or the other. It was all sort of the usual fucking Kafkaesque kind of ambiguity that could be one thing or the other or whatever. But I went down there, and the same sort of thing carried on. It's funny. I mean, I often refer to people's racial characteristics. I don't want to talk about racism now, because it's something I'd like to talk to in depth. But I would say that most of us are not free from racism of one kind or another, if you take it to be a very broad thing. But anyway, often I find that I'm talking about people's racial group, but I don't mean nothing by it. But the woman at the dole was a sort of Indian, but kind of second generation. No, not true. She was Indian. She still spoke with an Indian accent, or a Asian, Indian subcontinent kind of accent of one kind or t'other. And the woman down the dole was very much the same. Well, it was same racial group. And all I'm saying is that it felt as though I was being handed on, as though there was a sort of theme going on, just scratch all that, because that's, it's just to say it's by the by is to elevate it something. Anyway, I don't know. You know what I mean.